Welcome back, everybody, to the Off the Field podcast, episode number 4. Check it out. My mic's got a sticker now. Woo! We had a hoodie last episode, and now we have a sticker. I feel like we are going places.
We're doing it, dude. We're rising. We're grinding. We're
sir.
here.
Yes,
Episode
sir.
4.
So make sure you're subscribing. The schedule, every Friday, you get this video version. Every Thursday, you get the audio version on Spotify, both of which come out at 2 p.m. on those days. And once again, we have a guest in the house.
We do.
We do. He is friends with a mouse. Our guest today, he has the slam chowder that makes the room get louder. A glove that inspired Javier Baez. And he is a Chiefs fan. Coming off a Super Bowl victory, you jabronis! Soup is in the building!
Soup.
Yes, sir. Straight off work.
Great to have you.
How do you feel?
I feel fantastic and tired at the same time.
Yeah, I
I
can
don't blame
imagine.
you.
I mean, seeing your team win a championship and then you were up for work.
Yeah, I wake up like every day at 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
So, I have to be
and
there
literally,
all the time.
you just came straight from work, straight to here.
Yeah.
But, man, I mean, you guys got a squad with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah,
Impressive.
big time.
Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey. What jerseys do you have?
I have a Frank Clark jersey and a Mahomes jersey.
Who is, I know you've been wanting to get another one. Who's in your brain for who could be next?
Ooh, there's like 3 of them that I want. I truly want now a Chad Henne jersey.
Chad Henne.
Backup quarterback.
Backup quarterback. He just literally announced his retirement.
Wow.
So,
How long did he play?
A while.
yeah, quite some time.
Years.
Yeah.
Seasons.
Jet McKinnon.
One I'm surprised you haven't brought up when we talk about this. No Kelsey?
Yeah, eventually.
Okay. Now let's
I want the, I guess the less popular.
let's
You want
see.
the hidden gems. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's see what we got here. The Chiefs, as everybody now just found out, if they didn't know, are your favorite team.
Yes.
And a lot of people question us California football fans because a lot of us are not fans of the Los Angeles teams, such as the Rams or the Chargers. In my case, when I started watching football, there was no Los Angeles team. I became a Seahawks fan. How did you become a Chiefs fan?
Okay. I always tell this because I tell the story because a lot of people question, like you say, and well, my dad was a huge Chiefs fan, and I wasn't really into like football or anything like that. But like when he passed away back in '99, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna carry on his, his
The
fandom.
legacy of fandom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't really big into football until maybe like when I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
And then from then on, that's when I started following more and more.
Yeah.
And that's, I kept with it, and well, it paid off.
Awesome.
2 Super Bowls.
Awesome. I mean, yeah, it's working so far. And it's not like you bandwagon, because when you became a Chiefs fan, the Chiefs were not the
Trash.
powerhouse they are
Yeah,
today. And I will say, like I said, we're still learning with this podcast. Maybe just hold it up a little higher.
A little higher.
Yeah, because I don't know. What I'm hearing in my headphones is what I'm going based off of, and I'm hoping that I'm getting this correct.
That is.
We are learning episode by episode and trying our best. We're back to the one camera setup. We had to give Cowboy Jeff back his camera, even though he's never going to use it for like another 8 months. Okay.
He does YouTube?
He used to in a foreign land far, far away.
I'm playing, Jeff. I'm playing.
And
we
now,
love you, Jeff. Don't worry.
it's not like he's watching this anyways.
Yeah.
Now the football's over. Baseball is
Yeah.
about to be right around the corner. And I want to know, who's your favorite Dodger right now on the team and let's say like 10, 15 years ago?
Favorite Dodger right now, man.
And I will say that is much better.
Yeah.
Now that it's up
I
higher.
turned it around. I remember when you told me about
okay,
the
it was
mic.
the
I had
other
it on the other side. I was talking like this.
Okay.
Now I'm like this.
Oh, that's a difference.
So right now, I would say Chris Taylor.
Sorry.
I would say Chris Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like with me, I'm not a natural infielder. I'm a natural outfielder.
Uh-huh.
But since he plays it all, I could play it all too.
Yeah.
So I envision myself his type of player.
Okay.
Yeah. And about 15 years ago. I would say more than 15.
Okay,
I would
that's
say,
fine.
I'm gonna say like back in 1990.
Yeah, I basically meant like a throwback.
Yeah, okay, throwback. I'm a huge Daryl Strawberry fan.
That's right. He has
Yeah.
a Daryl Strawberry jersey.
Yeah, I do. Daryl
it.
Strawberry jersey. Yeah,
That's sick.
his swing was like one of the best swings I've ever seen. Ever since I seen that I wanted to model my swing after his, but I pretty much have my own thing now.
Yeah, yeah. And Daryl Strawberry was a lefty, right?
Yeah, he lefty.
Okay. And you got any plans for spring training or WBC with us?
Sadly, no.
Okay.
No. I gotta keep working
Yeah.
right now.
I understand
for
that.
some reasons.
I understand that. And I was just wondering because it became apparent. You guys knew Mobo and I were going. But that trip may have just become a lot bigger since the last podcast we filmed.
Just maybe.
So I was just wondering.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you'll go to plenty of Dodger games, baseball games,
Yeah.
throughout the regular
Yeah,
season.
yeah. Hopefully.
And now, off the topic of sports, I'll let you take the next one because this is more your alley than mine.
So as far as what me and Louie have in common, or Soup, well, first of all, we got to give him our gift. We got to give him our gift.
I keep
We have a little
forgetting
gift
at
for
the
you.
beginning of the
You
episode.
have a gift
Every
for me.
guest
Little gift.
always gets a water. Got to stay hydrated.
Thank you.
And because
Good and gather.
you are soup, here's some soup.
All right. Let's see.
A tiny
Chicken
little
noodle? Yeah, I'm
It's
down
not-
with that.
It's not clam chowder,
Chicken noodle.
but we did our best. We got some chicken noodle soup.
That's great. Yeah, that's
All
lunch
right.
tomorrow.
All right.
There it is. Now,
Thank
as
you,
far
guys.
as the next topic goes, I
Yeah.
mean, everybody sees it online, and I know you share it a lot. It's one of your passions. How big of an impact is music to you, personally? I mean, I know, obviously, like, I know you've been playing for, I mean, how many years now? Just tell us a little about
Okay,
everything.
well, you gotta make me feel old now.
No.
So, 2003 is when I graduated high school.
Okay.
I'm going to
Okay.
stand up really quick. You guys continue your conversation. I'm just going to check things.
Yeah.
All right, right on.
2003, I graduated high school. That's 20 years ago. And then I started playing the trumpet my sophomore year, the end of my sophomore year. So, 22 years playing trumpet, 22 years playing any type of music. Yeah. I'm nowhere near professional.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, like, I don't know. I get through anything right now with
Gotcha.
music, but music's been like real a getaway for me. Like I just it makes me feel good.
It's
You
a
know,
beautiful
just
escape.
yeah, it's a beautiful escape. You know, I show my emotion through like music and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's beautiful. I love it.
No, it's powerful, man. I mean, there, like, you know it from playing that many years. There's beautiful pieces. There's sad pieces.
Mm-hmm.
It really. A little closer.
We're trying to get this down, everybody. Just work with us a bit. But I mean, did you ever pick up an instrument when you were a child?
No.
I mean, never. So never once. I'm just curious because
No.
he knows it. It varies from family to family. I started kind of messing around with instruments like around 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my brother had a sax. We had a couple guitars, just kind of here and there. I was
Yeah.
just kind of curious to know. I mean, you know, the background of like how it picked up. So I mean, was it just it interested you to be in band, and then you started picking it up?
No, actually, I wasn't even really interested in anything of that. Like they had pulled me into the counselor's office because I needed like certain, you know, credits to graduate or whatnot.
Yeah.
And like again, this is like my sophomore year. They pulled me into the office and they're like, "Oh, you need an elective." So we have computers, we have what's the other one? Metal shop,
Yeah.
and we have instruments. And I was just like, computers? Nah, I don't want to be sitting at a desk all day or like, you know, looking at a screen, messing up my eyes, even though my eyes are already bad. Metal shop, I wasn't really, I don't know. I had metal shop later on in high school, but it wasn't interest me, you know, whatever. I thought instruments, I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna be like one of the top guys there because, well, it's music. Like, how hard is it? Like, I know music.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. You know, whatever. You know, but I got to the class and they're like, "Oh, well, what do you want to play?" I was like, "What do you mean what do I want to play?" Like, whatever. He's like, "Oh, we have this, trumpet, tuba, trombone, clarinet, flute, euphonium." You know, the list goes on.
That sounds like an element.
Yeah.
What was that last one?
Euphonium?
Yeah, what is that?
Euphonium is
It's not as complicated as you think.
Yeah, okay.
Do you mix it with barium?
Euphonium is a baritone. It's a baritone horn.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's like it's not quite a tuba, and it's not quite a trombone. It's a one-ba.
Yeah, no, like
So
legit. It's massive, but it's not at the same time.
Yeah,
Like it's what is it, 4 or 3 keys?
it varies. There's different horns
Wait,
that
it
have
has
like
key? Oh, you mean like
The
on
valves,
drum-
yeah, the
oh,
valves, yeah.
Okay, I was like, this is a piano now.
Well, is that the correct term? Keys?
you could call them keys, but I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as you said it, I was like, huh?
yeah,
Huh? But I was like, yo, like a trumpet, like these things.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it looks like a big tuba, not the one that wraps around. That's a sousaphone. So-
There's so many fancy names that I'm just learning.
So yeah, the euphonium is basically like a tuba. You sit it upright and you play like this or like this. Like it's no bigger than maybe one of these couch pillows.
Damn.
Yeah,
Gee.
yeah. So yeah,
Wow.
well the list goes on like I said, the list goes on with that, and I was like, okay, well I guess I'll play trumpet, whatever, and there was like 6 other people that wanted to play trumpet.
Yeah.
So the teacher, who was an actual trumpet player, she comes up and she goes, okay, I want you guys to stand in the line here. So we're like, what the hell's going on? You know, oh shit, like shit, what's she gonna do? So we're just standing there, and then she comes up to us, looking at us like right, literally in our faces.
Who's got
And I was like this, I was like, you know, I'm veering away like this bitch, like okay, relax. You know,
Seen out of Whiplash or what?
yeah,
Just
yeah,
straight
no.
up just
And then
smelling
she's
it?
looking.
You're
She
not
looks
on
at all
my
of them.
tempo.
Yeah, yeah. We'll talk right now about that. No, like she looked at us, and we're just like, okay, what the fuck is she looking at us for? Like, what the hell? And they were like, okay, you, and you go sit down,
Wow.
and you come over here. And I was part of those two. You two are gonna be playing trumpet, and you guys have to choose something else.
Wow.
So she really just gave you guys like the eye test, and she was like, "You, this one's got it."
Yeah, pretty much. Well, the thing is, I asked her, and I would say literally like 3 years ago, because every year we have homecoming games, and we, alumni goes back, and we pretty much join with their band, with the band from now, and play in the stands too. So, I asked her, hey Miss, I still call her Miss. I can't call teachers.
Oh,
by
yeah,
their
if I
first
saw
names.
one of my teachers today, I'd
By
do
the way,
same
yeah.
thing.
And so I, hey Miss, you know how you chose me to, play trumpet. She's like, yeah. I was like, why did you look at me?
Yeah,
like why were you like scanning us? Like you weren't scanning anything else. You were looking at our faces. Why?
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, which was kind of creepy to me. She goes, I was looking at you guys' lips.
Oh,
Yeah, the place that you.
I
It's
mean,
a little creepy, but
it sounds
such
creepy.
a huge role.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
for that type of instrument, for a trumpet, it makes sense.
Because you need, I guess, quote unquote, thin lips.
Yeah.
So like, I guess I had the thin lips, and she's like, okay, well, this guy's gonna be able to play, and well, here I am now. Yeah.
And what did you play? You've played multiple things, haven't you?
I've played clarinet. I've played a little bit of percussion. As far as like, I never got to playing any kind of brass. Really, that was the one thing where I wanted to try, but I didn't. I know he knows. I have like a trumpet that I've had since childhood, but it just never have worked, and I still need to fix it. But one thing I am jealous though is that I will say a bunch of brass players that I know. Once you learn one instrument, it's game over because you can switch on to like anything else.
Yeah, with brass especially.
It's insane because that sousaphone is like the big old marchy ones that wrap around your body.
Yeah.
Like you just set it on yourself. You can play that. You can play the euphonium. You can play the French horn. Like it's insane. There's so many varieties. There's so many choices you can do.
Yeah.
I played the recorder in 5th grade.
Dude, that's so sick.
We had
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Dude, I wish I got that.
We had a whole music class, but I mean, we never it wasn't a music class where we picked an instrument and played it. This guy, Mr. Yizer, Johnny Yizer,
Johnny.
sounds like a comic book character when I say his full name. He would come in and bring all these like fancy instruments, like ones from like Africa. They would have like the whoosh.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
the ring sticks. Yeah.
and,
Ring
the,
sticks.
and then we would. There's a picture of me either, or no, I think it's on my 5th grade yearbook DVD or fucking yearbook or whatever. And it's me in a Rey Mysterio shirt and we're playing like a
Awesome, right
big
away.
like African drum, like a huge one.
Okay.
And we're just like, just like not knowing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Just smacking the
Like
hell out of it.
he didn't come to teach us the instrument. He just came like, here's these cool instruments. Here's how you do it in a basic way. Go for it, kid.
Well, you know what that's really for, though, right? Like I've been a part of, like, you know, working at schools and whatnot and everything, and they would have people come in. That's all for stimulation and what's it called? Shit.
Would you say it's almost like kind of like the development of like
It's
of,
like
hearing
it's like
skills?
development. It's truly like a development thing. Like every like class or whatever gets that because they get to see what's out there. Like, okay, rain. Oh wow, that's rain. Okay, that's what rain sounds like.
Yeah.
You know, or play the drum. Okay, let's make your own beat, or like just stuff like that. Like stimulation. Like I said, stimulation.
It's
and
an
getting to know.
experience at a young age, and if one of those kids finds it really fun, then it could become their passion.
Yeah.
Down the line.
Yeah, like I mean, he's been playing for X amount of years. When I started clarinet, I started right around like 4th grade. I didn't stop till like even early college. I played, so I was playing for at least like 12 years.
I'm just confused with my schools because I feel like everybody I know got pushed into a class where you actually had to pick an instrument and play at some point.
Yeah.
That was never the case at any of the schools I went to. Like even kids like Bobby, my friend Bobby, had to play an instrument at his middle school, and my other friends had to play instruments at their schools. Not at ours.
I feel like as far as how it went for my side of it, it was a lot of people just weren't interested in music though. Like it was very rare to find people within middle school and high school. High school I saw a little bit more because I mean, like you said, you're more cognizant. You get it.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand it. You like it or you don't.
Yeah.
But a lot of middle schoolers, like they don't have any kind of interest to play music. Like, yeah, they love music, but it's just for playing it. They're not really about it.
I find it funny that you found music in that way, that a counselor called you in and was like, you need to pick something for an elective.
Yeah.
Because that's how I found YouTube and media. My senior year, I needed to finish out my credit with an elective. And then it wasn't even for like the passion. She was just like, you want to do something easy? And I was like,
No way.
And I was like, yes, I'm trying to make this last semester as easy as possible. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, try visual imagery. And I was like, okay, which was AKA Photoshop. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then Photoshop I started, and then I was like, this is really cool. And then I did it more in college, and then found YouTube.
Nice.
So, and I wish we had Metal Shop at any of my schools.
Oh.
We didn't have that. But I do also find it weird. We had wood shop in middle school, but we did not have wood shop in high school.
What? That's weird. That is weird right there.
Yeah.
What kind of like things were you working with in middle school?
I still have my projects. I don't know if they're in this room. We made a toolbox, like one of those old-fashioned ones, like made of wood, and you hold it like this.
Yeah.
I have it somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Don't you have a clock?
No. Sanding block. So made that, and then a box, just like a box like this big.
Okay.
It's all three of those things are somewhere in this house. But I remember the sanding block. This teacher was evil, like so evil that
It's always the woodshop teacher. That's classified.
I saw her one time outside of school at a stone fire, and I hid behind a plant. I was like, no.
If you had the sanding block, you could have thrown them at him.
Well, the sanding block story. One of her prize pupil that always made everything so perfectly. My friend made something, and she takes it, and she's like, "It's all wrong. And she takes it to her prize pupil. She's like, "You see what's wrong with this?" And he takes it, and he's like, "No." She was like, her gears just like, how? Yeah. She was so upset. And then she was also the PE teacher, and everyone would always cross their fingers that they didn't get her for PE because all the other ones were so lax. So like, let's go play kickball. Let's go play basketball. And then she'd be like, we need 3 miles done this week.
Oh,
and we're like, please stop. Please. And then there'd be a cross country thrown in the middle of the week too. Did you guys do cross countries in PE? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I've heard of them. But we didn't call them that. We only did them one time a year, and it was called the turkey trot.
We did in
Turkey trot.
elementary school. We did the jogathon.
Oh, I
okay.
did that.
Yeah.
So with us, this was middle school, by the way. So in middle school, we had something called the turkey trot, where anybody could participate. A student, and whoever ran the most takes a turkey home for
Oh
Thanksgiving.
wow.
That's sick.
Yeah,
Yeah. What?
yeah. And these turkeys were huge.
Oh, like 20 pounders?
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's so
I never got a turkey because I didn't want to stay and do the running. So yeah,
Wow. Jogathon. We just ran. We didn't get anything.
yeah.
Did they give you anything at your school?
We did jogathons. I know cross country just was more of like the elective side. But for jogathon,
Well, yeah, like cross country. You're talking about like track, right? Like where people.
but that wasn't until like middle school though.
Yeah, I know. But in RPE, we had the mile.
Yeah.
And then we had cross countries, which was we basically ran around the entire school instead of doing a mile around the track, and it was just whatever they felt that day. And
It was just a larger area to run. That's
Yeah.
all. That's all it is.
And we started cheating the system with the mile, every kid, because we would run one and then we walk two, and then so they'd think based off the amount of time that took, we ran a mile, and then they started catching on, and they're like, you can't do that anymore. So they made us grab popsicle sticks every time we came by.
Yeah,
Really?
I remember that.
And we had to have 4 by the time we finished.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, okay, you can go now.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
popsicle sticks. I remember that. We had that too,
Yeah.
and that's how we kept track with the turkey trot too. Because those kids that going around,
Yeah.
they would have like 15 in one hand, like just running still.
Yeah, they were mad.
Yeah.
They did not like that we were cheating the system.
Jesus.
And that was their way of keeping track of it. They're like, if you don't come back with 4, then you haven't. Because you've been to my middle school, right, with the track that
Yeah.
goes around. I think you might have also. We played football there a couple times for Dodger Films. And if we didn't run that track it's like any high school track. If we didn't run that 4 times with the sticks, then we weren't allowed to finish. We had to just do it again until we had 4.
Dude, for us, they would make us run the whole park next to the school. And the worst part is that they would do it on purpose too. There would be like these lunch trucks and the ice cream trucks pulled up to the side when the kids are running, because the kids would take their money from the locker room and go buy chips while running the
And then-
mile.
yeah,
And they
okay.
would walk it. They would walk it. So you'd have these kids, like, you'd have like the tryhards, right? Like, 7-minute mile, 9-minute mile. You got the normal people like 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
And then you have like the randos with the chips. Like you ran a 19-minute mile. You need to do a little bit better.
Yeah, we had kids at our
So
school that just
bad.
didn't care. They just walked the whole thing in general. They wouldn't even try to run. And they'd always have the baggiest PE clothes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Always. It'd be like their shorts were down to here. Their
Yep.
shirts would be like past their freaking knees. And it's like they're always the ones that are last. I don't know why. But yeah, that was funny times back in middle school.
Oh,
Like we mentioned, you just came from work.
yeah.
And how long you been working at Disney now?
This year in August, it's going to be 5 years.
Damn.
Yeah,
I remember when you got the job.
yeah. Well, remember, because when I got the job, you guys went on a trip.
Was it
It
Paris?
was the Paris trip.
Wow,
it
that's
was.
already wow.
Yeah, it was the Paris trip.
Yeah, because
remember I said I couldn't go because it was really new. I was literally like maybe like 2 weeks new.
Yeah, it was
and
fresh.
then we were gonna take off to Paris, so I couldn't go. And that was the main. That's the main reason right now why I'm not going to a lot of the
trips that
trips
are coming
anymore
up.
because of
Yeah,
just
yeah.
work. You know, I'm not able to get the time off or anything.
Yeah.
Disney's evil. Yeah.
How to break the fourth wall.
You
Yeah.
didn't hear that. You didn't. Oh, is this true? I saw a TikTok about this yesterday. Is Mickey Mouse not going to be the mascot anymore? You know the dragon, the happy dragon.
The happy dragon.
Uh-huh.
I forget his name. It's
Figment.
Yeah, Figment. I heard that Mickey Mouse's copyright is about to run out in 2024. Mm-hmm. So like he'd become like public domain or whatever.
Yeah.
And now they'll be switching to Figment instead, and he'll be like the mascot.
I highly doubt it because
That's what I'm thinking.
Figment was more Disney World at Epcot.
Oh.
Huh.
Epcot, like that area and all that. That's where he was created, basically.
Yeah.
But every here and there, there's like some secrets in the park, and in DCA as well, that are Figment-esque.
Yeah, related.
Yeah, related. Yeah. So I highly doubt that. I mean, I could ask and get back to you, but
Yeah, because at first I was like, oh, somebody just trolling on TikTok. And then I saw the account, and it's like a dedicated Disney update account. And I was like, oh, he might be telling the truth. But I was like, Disney's such a big company, and the first thing you think of when you hear Disney is Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse, exactly, yeah.
And I was like, there's no way.
He's everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
he's on my clothes right here. He's using a fucking broom right here.
Yeah. Like, they can't. It's like if you were to change Ronald McDonald and make it like Grimace is the mascot of McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It is not gonna happen, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think that's possible.
I don't think so.
So you do custodial work. at
Custodial,
Disney,
yes.
correct. So cleaning, refurbishing,
Yeah.
like the smaller details at the park.
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, appreciate that. Thank
Keeping
you.
the happiest place on earth. He's so fresh
No,
and so
genuinely,
clean.
like I'll be honest. As far as like people that I know that work at Disney, dude, hardest workers I've ever met.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
dedicated people. Like, dude, you guys keep the parks running.
You have to keep an entire amusement
Props,
park
bro.
clean and looking nice.
It's tough.
amazing.
It's real tough because a lot of people, like, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus or anything, but like
Yeah.
a lot of people think they are privileged because hey, I paid so much money,
Oh, yeah.
you know, to be here. I could throw
I can
my
do
trash
whatever I
wherever.
want.
Yeah, and we get it. Yeah, you guys paid a lot of money, but at the same time, like, hey, man, respect.
Don't
us
blame the
too.
workers.
Yeah,
Disney's the ones
Yeah.
that are like,
you know, like,
you're going to pay the money anyways.
yeah. So
Um,
I appreciate that though. Like, honestly, anybody goes to Disney and you thank a custodian all the time,
Thank any cast member.
that's your homework
or any
assignment.
cast member. Yeah.
That's your homework. You have to go thank a custodial member
Yes,
at
please.
Disneyland.
Do it, guys.
Because honestly, it does make our day. Like when we get that, it's like, oh, you know, it makes us feel proud of our work.
Oh, I love also when you guys do the drawings.
Oh, the water
with
art. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you
What?
do those?
I could do. I have. Hold on.
You got 3
So,
now?
hold on. I'm trying to remember. Mickey, Minnie. I got those down. I got Jack Skellington, Pooh. I Pooh. No. Pooh Bear and Jack.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
water. Are you talking about? Like,
I was
on
going
the
to say,
floor?
have you ever
Yeah.
seen these?
Water art.
I don't think I've honestly.
They'll
never seen
take
it.
their like mops, right?
Yeah. No, not mops. It's a regular broom. Regular
yeah.
broom with the pan. Like if we're sweeping.
Yeah.
It's just that stuff, and we just put water in our pan, and we dip our broom in the water, and we start drawing. I just did it because they said if you want to get trained on it, you have to be, you know, signed off. Signed off is basically like if you're not signed off for something, you can't do it. So like
Gotcha.
they go, you want to learn water art? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a try. Why not? Whatever. I learned like 2 characters. They signed me off, and ever since then, I never done it myself. Like I never took it to to myself to like go out there purposely with water and a broom and just go ahead and
Yeah.
don't draw. No, I can't do that.
What I was saying before I had to go hit record on the camera again. You guys know I just got a Disney pass. I told this last episode. And haven't seen anybody do any drawings yet. But I'll keep my eyes open.
Yeah.
What's it like being at the park when it's the closed hours? Because you start early. You start at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
What's it like an entire amusement park with nobody in it besides
it's-
the workers?
It's gotta be
okay.
spooky, brother.
Okay. So it's different, obviously, because there's no guest. It's way cleaner, only because it's mainly a lot of maintenance people, a lot of third shift custodial, which they're the one that reset the magic. So they're the ones like super detailing the restroom, super detailing the stores, and resetting the whole park as if it's new the next day.
Yeah.
You know?
Because everything has to be, I know the Disney magic.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
has to be colorful. Everything, no scraps or no scratches. Like, it's all got to look perfect. Like, it's always been perfect. Nothing ever changed. It's just this beautiful getaway
Yeah.
that is always perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
And the pumping of the smells also. You get the popcorn they pump into the park, the chocolate chip cookie. You'll smell it everywhere. And,
But yeah, like I'm sorry to cut you off, but like
You're good.
it's still a lot of people, but a lot of working people.
Yeah.
You know, it's not people walking around having a hot dog, having a corn, having a turkey leg.
I love
you know,
turkey legs. They're such a mess, though.
So like it's kind of no different. There's a lot of more trucks and cars on stage than, well, obviously during the day, because you can't have trucks and cars.
Yeah, just going around the park.
Yeah.
Maybe in an apocalypse, but I don't think that's anywhere in the near future.
No.
Where are the tunnels?
Tunnels? There are no tunnels. I'll tell you that right now. There's no tunnels at Disneyland.
No tunnels, ladies and gentlemen.
No tunnels. Only at Disney World, from what I know.
My next one was, do you have any Disney cleanup horror stories from your 5 years? Like any that come to your mind like right away?
Yeah, already. Okay, so...
Oh, Lord.
There was... And you know what? This story doesn't involve guests.
Really? Wow.
This involves other cast members.
Oh my goodness.
So, I'm going to be real with y'all. Cast members are the messiest people ever. More than the guests.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I was working in downtown Disney, and I get a call like, oh, hey, we have a code H. Code H is for, shit. We have a code H in so-and-so restroom. I, get the radio. 10-4, I'm on it. So I go. I open. Before I get into the restroom, it's a one single restroom. Before I get there, I start seeing little Hershey Kisses.
Oh my God.
On the floor. And I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. So I get to the door, and you know that creepy creak when you open the door? Yeah. This door never done that before until this time. So I turn the knob, and all I hear is, and I look inside. I don't know how people take shits, but it's not that hard to miss it's not that hard to miss the fucking bowl.
Yeah.
Dude, it was on the floor?
It was on the floor.
Oh,
it was on the wall, the back walls and everything.
Oh my God.
And I just looked at it, and I was like, you know what? Okay, so I took out my phone. We're not supposed to do this, but I took a picture and I sent it. I didn't send it to any of my friends. I thought about it. I thought about sending it to Andy. No lie.
Oh
I thought
Andy would laugh at
it.
it.
Yeah. So I thought of. I almost did. Yeah. So, I took a picture and I sent an email to my management. I was like, hey, this is happening in a cast restroom. Can we make sure they don't miss? Right?
Oh
like it could be like, okay, I could be wrong. Maybe the guy or the girl, who knows? It was a gender neutral. Yeah, they may not made it to the restroom time. As I saw the Hershey's Kisses.
Pobrecito, dude. I could just, oh my God. Yeah. The horror of like running to the bathroom being like, I'm literally.
Yeah, he must have had like stomach problems or to where it's like he couldn't control it, but like. It's not like you're in a remote location where the nearest bathroom is 3 exits away.
Yeah.
Like you're in a place that has many bathrooms.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, that's one time. The other time, I just thought of one right now. Again, another one. So I was working in the restrooms. And I go in there. I clean every stall. Boom, 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 boom. I go take my lunch. I come back. I go back into the restroom, and I hear is, oh, and I was like, oh no, fuck. Okay, so I grabbed my cleaning solutions, put on the gloves. I put 3 layers of gloves on and this and that, boom, 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 whatever. Yeah. I walk in and the guy goes, someone just shit all over that toilet. And I was like, oh man. So I go in there. I'm like, it was bad. It wasn't as bad as the other one that I took care of that I just said. But I went in there and I cleaned it up, and I was like, damn, why do I still smell it? Like everything was gone. I freshened it up and everything, and I was like, shit, I still smell it. Like, why does it smell so bad?
Yeah.
And I go, wait a minute. So I have the door right here, right? I open up and I look behind the door. It's smeared with paper on top on the door. smeared, and like a bunch of like pieces of paper on it. And I was like, "You gotta be kidding me, man!" Like, and this time it was the guest.
Yeah.
You know, but still, like,
sounds like they did it with malicious intent.
That's straight up just unacceptable.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
I guess that's my worst one on stage with guests, and I have one with cast members too.
Menaces.
Like one of my chores growing up was picking up the dog shit. So I can imagine picking up shit from another animal, but another human,
let alone the human,
when
dude.
they can speak and they got, you know.
And let me tell you too. Let me tell you, whatever Disney uses for their food, like, you know, oil or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not a pleasant smell. It's a different smell. I'll tell you that right now.
Good.
It's a truly different smell.
Oh my goodness. One of my favorite stories that you told me was from Guardians. Didn't somebody bring a coffee on there? If you know Guardians or Tower of Terror,
yes,
it's the ride that goes like, woo,
it goes straight up and straight down quick.
And they brought a coffee on it.
Yeah, I remember that.
The Starbucks real quick.
Yeah,
my
so it was, and it wasn't even a cold coffee; it was a hot coffee.
Oh my god!
Okay, yeah. So
and there's like 20 people inside each cart.
Yeah. So I get a call. Oh, you know, there's a liquid spill in one of the Guardians shafts.
Yeah.
Shaft. So I go over there and the guy goes, "You sure you ready for this?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Someone brought a coffee on the ride." I look at their lead. I'm like, "Are you serious?" And he started laughing, and it opens up, and sure enough, it's all over the whole the what you call it, gantry lift. Yeah,
I'll take you to the gantry lift.
yeah.
My hands don't fit. Yours do.
Rocket. Yeah.
Too many times.
Yeah.
Now.
Nice.
And the coffee's sticky, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
god. Bro.
Big time.
Dude.
Like, use your brain. Why would somebody? That blows my mind. People who don't use common sense. Oh my god.
Yeah, that. I remember telling that to you, and you were laughing too. Yeah,
Dude,
that was hilarious.
When we went recently, when you took us,
Okay.
when we went on the swinging Mickey's Ferris wheel, somebody threw up.
Oh yeah.
And we were wondering where I was taking, because we were like next in line, and we were wondering why it was taking so long, and we were like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "Oh, somebody threw up in like one of the Ferris wheel things."
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, well, thank goodness we're not getting that one.
Funny thing is, you know how you guys found me after that time? Mm-hmm. The cast member that I was talking to, I was talking to him before he got the call. He got the call. He said, "I'll be back." So he went to there, cleaned it up, and he came back and talked to me.
Oh, he's the one to respond.
Yeah, he was the one that did it. Yeah.
It's pretty much because you've made like a whole friend group over at Disney with the custodial workers now.
Oh yeah.
Is it pretty much all the same people there that have been there since you started?
Most of them. A lot of them moved on after the whole shutdown for COVID and all that.
Yeah.
A lot of people retired, and a lot of people just moved on to other jobs.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I would say before COVID, I would say maybe 40% of them are still there.
Okay. Damn, that's a good number. Your girl, you met her there.
Yeah, I met my girlfriend there. Yeah,
that's awesome. Amazing to meet her at your workplace, and they both work there, and she still works there too, right? And now, back to sports. We should have asked this back when we were talking about sports, but we've been saying this since we started this podcast. We jump all over the place with our topics.
We're just gonna circle back.
How would you say your adult league softball games and our Dodger Film softball games differentiate? Like, what are the big differences when it comes to those games? Because you're a big into the adult softball league scene.
Huge difference. Obviously, they're all older.
Yeah,
you know,
and we literally have a 9-year-old that plays with us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
we still got single digits playing in our games.
Obviously that. I think the talent level, depending on what Yeah, because I do play on a lower tier league,
So
with my friends.
Are there leagues that are based off skill level?
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's got to be, bro.
I thought you just formed them, and you're like, if you're one of the better teams, you're one of the better teams.
No, they have different divisions. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I do play on one because my buddy hit me up. Hey, come on down. I like playing in those leagues because I like teaching people. Like especially, there's some players that like don't know the game that well.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's a perfect example in MOBA.
You got me right here, man. I didn't pick up a glove till literally I was like 16.
Yeah,
Okay.
he didn't know nothing about baseball when Cap invited you, right?
Yeah, he invited me, and then everybody on the team just literally showed me how to like play.
Yeah.
You taught me how to catch plenty of times. Papa Cap has taught me how to hit.
yeah.
I'm still working on it, but
Yeah.
we're getting somewhere.
Hey, but look, hey, I'll tell you this right now. It's not pretty, but it gets the job done.
Exactly.
He's one of the people with the hardest exit velos in our softball.
I think so, yeah,
games.
for sure.
No way.
Yeah.
Do you not hear me yelling at you every time you come up? I'm like, please, like I don't want you to hit it over here.
I think it was like the championship game. Javi was like on the Javi was at short or something, and all I hear is oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. That's going up to bat.
Because you may not hit it out every time, but you'll hit it hard every time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, it's you. T-Mobile. Well, T-Mobile's iffy. T-Mobile's either gonna pop it up or he's gonna hit a really hard
line
ground
drive,
ball.
yeah.
And I'm like, bro, please, I like my life. Him, I'm okay with because even though you hit the ball hard, you can control your bat placement.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, like he'll do a good job of not hitting a laser at me.
Dude, no, to piggyback off of that, I thank him because one time I was pitching, right? And it was like one of the first times Bobby had let me like kind of pitch. And I threw one outside and I thought he was going to swing. He straight up catches it and he's like, I would have hit you. Throw it again.
No,
Threw it like so inside and you just knocked it out.
I've learned after all these years of pitching too, those outside pitches, I immediately
You have
tense
to
up
be
and I'm
ready,
like, no.
Yeah, you have to be ready.
Because
You
they're
have to
going
be
to come back at you from a righty.
Yeah.
And it's just, you immediately, like,
You
butthole clenches and you're like, no!
Oh, man.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, do you pitch often in like the leagues outside of Dodger Films?
Only when necessary.
Only when
Okay.
Yeah. Like, most times, they have me on the infield. I don't mind playing infield. Like I said, I'm a natural outfielder.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this. I wish you were here for this, dude. Our softball games, we just played this past weekend. You were not there this past weekend.
Goodness gracious.
Andy, I can't wait for you to see this. This was probably one of the worst throws I've seen in the history of our games.
Not the Andy throw.
He's under it, okay? And there's a runner on third, so everyone's like, throw it home. And you know the field we play on, right?
Yeah.
Throws it, and I'm like, oh my God, that is off. And I'm like, okay, but it's just off. And I think it's going to hit the fence and then fall down like where everyone stands. Like,
Okay.
Then I keep looking at it, and I'm like, that's going to go off the field.
He threw it.
He threw it out of play.
Oh, my goodness.
And it one-hopped where all the parents and family sit. It one-hopped right in front of
Oh,
them.
my God.
I was right at the dugout,
He
so
was-
right where it was aimed.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, it's gonna hit us!" So I turn around, I flinch, I don't hear anything, and all I hear is, "Ow!" And then,
It hit someone?
like off the knee from
one
a bounce.
hopped and hit Michelle.
Oh,
It
no.
hit right, like, in here, I was like, "Is everybody okay?" And it's like, "It hit me."
Oh,
Dude,
no.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, Andy, what happened?
Like for me, like I would probably do that. I don't know, like
That,
other people, but
I
like
expect,
Andy,
I expect that.
brother's got an
Well, I
arm,
expect
he's
you
got-
to spike it into the ground.
Oh, man.
But yeah, from Andy, I was like, holy.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's hilarious.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see it. Seeing it with my eyes was amazing, but getting to relive it is going to be hilarious.
Oh, man.
And he did behind the scenes for that game. So
That's going to
immediately-
be good.
Immediately, I was like, dude, where were you going? And he was like, it slipped. And I'm
Oh.
like, to Mars?
Oh,
my God.
man.
It was absolutely hilarious. And now, the Adult League Softball, what are the rules they apply there? That, I mean, obviously in Dodge Films, we just have fun and we just play.
Yeah.
What rules do they apply in, I guess, Adult League Softball that is not normal to our games or even baseball?
Like, okay, you want the difference between
So like
softball
I know one
rules?
rule, I know
or-
one rule, like there's no metal cleats allowed, right?
Yeah, no metal spikes.
No medals. Don't they have a certain rule with like the outfield and like home runs? Like you can't hit a certain amount or something.
It depends on what league. Like the league I play on Thursdays, it's I think it's a 1-up league. So one team can hit one home run, and that same team can't hit a home run until the other team hits 2.
What?
Until they go until they go up 1.
That's crazy.
So if Team A hits a home run,
Yeah.
Team B has to hit 2
Two. Yeah.
in order for Team A to hit another home run.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's unlimited, and then there's singles only. So if you hit it out, you get a single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, I've heard that. I filled in for an adult league one time, and there was a line drawn all the way through the outfield. I'm like, what's this line? And only one person could play shallow.
Co-ed?
Yeah.
It's co-ed, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Shallow.
like a shallow outfielder.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So there was a left, center, and right. They were all behind that line.
Yeah.
And then there was one person in front of that line, and the outfielders couldn't go in front of that line.
Until the ball's hit.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, what? Like, I was so confused.
Yeah.
And I remember in that game I filled in for, nobody told me that no medals wasn't allowed. So I came up my first at-bat, hit with medals, and then the other team started, like, whispering that I had medals on.
Yeah.
And then my team heard them whispering about it, and they're like, are you wearing medals? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, nobody told me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I don't play in these leagues. And I switch back into my sneakers, and then I look at the next at bat. The umpire's like looking. He's like trying to see if I have medals under
Yeah.
my shoes, and I was like, haha, I took them off. It's too late.
That's funny.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no metal cleats. Like you said, no metal
Yeah.
cleats. There's certain bats you could use in certain leagues
Yeah,
only too.
there's like U-Trip and
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the other name.
ASA. ASA is the most popular one. U-Trip is like the higher end, quote unquote higher end.
Yeah.
And there's senior bats for people that are
65 and older, right? League.
there's it depends what you call seniors now.
Would it be
There's some
55 and older
like
for
40
legals?
like 40 and over.
Oh, okay.
It would be 40. I think it's 40 and over, but there's 50s and over too. And yeah,
We just
those bats are like factory shaved.
Yeah.
So those things are like stupid hot, like out of the wrapper.
Yeah.
Oh, they're ready to go.
Yeah.
I wanna go head out to Cisco's one day because he's been doing bat reviews for months now.
Yeah.
And at our games, I only use my bat because I paid money for that
Oh, yeah,
bat. So
definitely.
I was like, I'm gonna use that bat, and I never use any of the other bats. And Cisco always has these bats that are like,
Yeah.
I don't know where he's getting them, but they got like cool designs. They're like companies I've never heard of.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I keep telling him I'm gonna go out there and do a review with him one day. But I just got to find a weekend to do that with him.
Yeah, me too.
And yeah, I mean, I also just went to one of Papa Cap's baseball senior league games. Those guys can still play.
Okay,
Some of them.
okay.
Some
I
of them.
love that video. Papa Cat
Okay.
was awesome.
Okay. I have to tell you this. I told you this already once.
Yeah.
That is the most entertaining game of baseball I have ever fucking seen.
I loved at the beginning when they were him and the head coach of the team were trying to like tell each other who the better players are on the other team.
Yeah.
And he was like, "El Gordito," and he's the little fatty.
Oh, the little fat kid. Yeah, the little fat guy.
He's like,
Yeah.
because it was hilarious, and I love that Papa Cap loved that experience. I think, and because Cap kept telling me he wanted me to come out and do it, and he obviously ran it by his dad.
Yeah.
And then this past weekend, he's like, "Where were you? I didn't see you this morning." And I'm like, "Oh, well, Cap didn't even tell me."
Yeah.
I'm like, the details run through him. So I would love to go do it again because I would love to do it right, I guess. Because, I mean, the first video was good, but there were definitely things I would fix that I'll be prepared for if we do it again. Hopefully I do it again.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
yeah.
you're more than welcome to help me out too. If you want,
I mean,
if you want me to wear a mic,
I thought about that. I literally was like, because there's plenty of guys that play outside of Dodger films, and
Yeah.
I'm like, this could be like a mic'd up series of them, like you,
Yeah.
Cisco, Papa Cap, guys that play in different leagues just for like a mic'd up series.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I was, as soon as I did the Papa Cap one, I'm like, that could be a fun thing.
Dude, just let me know, man.
Yeah, I know he would love it because I know, like, Papa Cap, like, he's kind of reserved. And so I was like, is he even going to, like, want to
talk or say something about it? Yeah.
Yeah. And luckily, the mics I have are so discreet, you kind of forget you even have it by, like, the third. So he started to like naturally talk among his teammates, but I know you like you're always just a natural talker anyways.
Animated, yeah.
So I mean,
and not just that, but the team I play for, the Sunday baseball team I played for. Oh man, we're goons.
Yeah,
we're straight goons.
Yeah, we can definitely plan that.
Highly inappropriate, but you know,
hey, sometimes it's great content.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm down. I would love to do that if you're okay with it,
dude. Let me know. I'll let you know. I'll give you next week's schedule or whatever. We'll get it done. Okay. Seriously.
Hell yeah. I mean, the Papa Cap's team, they were fun to watch. And like
I never seen so many old men fall.
Oh my dude. That one guy. He hit it like all the way to the wall. And I'm like, easy inside the Parker. Easy. And then he just eats it. And I love too in that video. I was like, because we can't hear Papa Cap because we're such a distance away from him. And he moved all the way back to the other field. And I'm like, oh, Papa Cap must have a scouting report on these guys. He must know. And as we're saying that, he's out there saying, tell me about these guys. I don't know anything about them. No. And I'm like, I was editing that. And I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. But at least for you, like, editing Papa Cap's video, I literally had to have Cap come over, and we had to spend a whole 12 hours, I think, translating what Papa Cap was saying.
That's rough.
And oh my god, and it was tiring, and it was even a little tough for Cap because even on the day, he's like, I don't know what he just said because like Papa Cap has advanced Spanish. In him.
Yeah.
And there were times here he'd have to be like, play one more time.
Oh wow!
Just figuring out phrases left and right.
Yeah, he'd be like, he's saying this, but like just phrase it like this. It's like it was the nuts.
Like I said, it was like the most entertaining video I've ever seen.
Yeah, we're gonna get that done right, and hopefully get it done with you too. And you also brought up one of the things you love about Adult League is coaching, but you've also done coaching, just like actual coaching, haven't you?
Yeah,
for softball teams, right?
For one year, I did a girls softball for a high school.
Okay.
And then the rest of the time, I did just like park league kids. Okay. Yeah.
Like a little league or a pony ball or something. Yeah. Is you said that softball team you coached was like really good, weren't they?
At the end, after I turned them into ball players.
Nice.
Wow. They all never picked up a ball in their life. Never picked up a glove. Didn't know how to throw.
Yeah.
Didn't know first base from third base. Jeez. Or second base to beach ball.
Wow.
You know? Yeah. They had no idea what they were doing. Wow. And I turned them into true ball players. I have one that played for LSU.
Oh damn,
dude! I had her as a freshman. She
didn't know anything when she started.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had her as a freshman. I only coached that one season, and then after that, I lost track of whatever. And then one day, I went to a UCLA game. I love going to those games, by the way. Women's softball.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. They're hot. They're hot too. Sorry, Edith. No, and then they were playing LSU, oddly enough. And I'm sitting there, and the name comes up, Crystal something. I forgot
Crystal?
her. No, I forgot her last name, but it was Crystal. And second baseman, Crystal, blah blah blah. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, okay,
sounds familiar.
That sounds familiar. And little lefty comes up, playing hard. She did good. After the game, I went to the dugout. I was like, hey, I go, where your head at? That was my favorite thing to say. Where your head at? Because every time they swung with their head away and just swinging away. Yeah. And I always tell them, hey, where your head at? And I yelled that out, and she goes, she she instantly knew who it was. She looked up and she goes, Coach! And so I felt accomplished knowing that she went on to work hard
Yeah.
to play, you know, college ball.
Yeah.
So
that's gotta be
it
a
was
great feeling.
real rewarding. I love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
You too could play women's softball if you listen to me more.
Yeah.
You could make it too.
I'll make it there someday.
Damn. I had one more thing in my head, and I lost it.
Uh-oh.
Do you have something to help me try and think of this topic again? I just
Softball,
had it.
baseball,
Well, I mean,
Food. I don't know.
damn. I had one more thing. I had it while we were
This
talking
is where
about
this is
that.
where you enter the please stand by and goes doo, 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 doo.
Oh, I'm not gonna get it, bro. That was another fun episode. Thank you, Soup, for
Yeah, for
joining
sure.
us.
Thank you.
Oh yes, that's right.
I was like, what are you doing?
yeah, of course I forget our handshake in our podcast. Enjoyed that, talking about softball, coaching, Disney, and yeah, you guys know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to
You
the
guys
Off the
better be
Field
liking this.
podcast. Come on, we're gonna keep this thing growing. I cross our fingers. Hope we have Andy next week. I think that's the plan.
That is the plan.
I believe so. I'm gonna hype you guys
Ooh,
up
nice.
for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can follow all of us on Instagram. I'll put all of our Instagrams in the description.
Down below.
And another episode down. Thank you, everybody, for watching.